Hi there, I'm Matt Keene. Welcome to Creating a Future We Want, the Evaluative Evolution series. Garden. In the garden, vegetable garden, love vegetable gardens, gardening. People come to the vegetable garden, and when they're walking by, if I have a garden where lots of people are walking by, something will stimulate their senses. Something will cause them to look over or pause in their stride, and then typically move toward the garden. Now, is it the sound of a bumblebee that went by their ear, or a wasp or something? Is it the smell of some flowers, or maybe, cow manure? Or is it, just the sight of the garden, big or small, or the sight of green in a city, if we were in a city, which we have had gardens in urban areas? The small little purple blossom of a squash or of an arugula, the white blossom of an arugula that's already gone to, that's flowering, about to go to seed. Any number of things might stop someone. And if I'm there, I want to talk with them about anything. Probably annoying to a lot of people. But it is very common for a comment to be made something along the lines of, Um, oh my gosh, it's so big. It's changed so much since last I saw it. It was just dirt, and now there's big tomato plants, or the figs are really big, or the beans have grown so tall. Oh my gosh, and what do they grow like a bean? Yes, there's a phrase or saying about that. It also involves something often of, I would have a garden, but oh, look how much it's grown. Surely you work so hard. It's too much work. I don't know how to do it. I tried very hard, but I don't have the time to learn or the time to care for it, and I would hate to kill everything. And usually I nod, and I completely agree, and I understand. It is a lot of work to care for, nurture, begin, sustain, participate in, become a part of the garden. It is a commitment. There is no doubt about it. A partnership, a cooperative partnership. It is a lot of work. I I agree. So why do it? Well, there's the whole thing about anything really worthwhile requires probably a lot of work. Okay, so let's just set that aside. I think that's generally true in a lot of ways. Good discussion to have, maybe next. We are doing this. My wife and I are homeschooling our daughters. Meanwhile, they are homeschooling us. They're 7 and 11. This is a training ground. We are learning. This is an apprenticeship. I think the garden is the master craftsman. We are the apprentices of the garden. We are learning. Yes, we're learning about vegetables, plants, botany, horticulture, soil, microbes, pollination, xylem and phloem, and flowers, and butterflies, and insects. We're learning about the ecology of this place, the history of the fruits and vegetables, each of the cultivars. We are learning about it. Nobody could answer any questions, because who listens to Dad anyways? But these are things we are learning about for sure. In that process, we are explicitly attending also to learning how to inquire, how to courageously observe and engage with patterns and perceptions and dynamics or change that we see in the garden, and learning from that, assessing those things, and making hopefully wise choices based on what we are learning from that. We are learning about our own values and the values of the garden. We are studying these things. Why do we learn about that stuff? We are learning about that stuff because we want to create a future for our well-being, the well-being of all. We are believing that the world we have built so far will not necessarily deliver up that future that most of us want. Maybe some of us will be very happy with it. We are learning to enable ourselves to create a future we want. Well, those things, patterns and learning about relationships and such, that's not very specific. It's not real great for, reciting some cool trivia facts when you meet the next person, or are at the dinner table and you want to kind of show that you're pretty awesome. No, they're not super specific. Why is that? Well, that kind of learning has been very helpful and important in much of what we have done so far. It will play a role in what is to come for sure. The type of learning that we're doing is for this time that is new, unprecedented. We have not had it before, novel, unique. There is more of everything. There's more stuff. We're making more stuff. There are more people. There are more actions being taken by more people. There are more, because more people, there are more values. There are more, let's call them challenges, some might call them problems, than ever before. And with all of this, there are more relationships than humanity, or perhaps Earth, has experienced or had before. With that, we have this, well, a combinatorial explosion, big words, in the incompressibility of reality, with a computationally bounded bunch of humans. Bunches of big words. Hold on, buckle your seatbelts if you do that sort of thing. I hear there's a reason people don't buckle their seatbelts. Can't remember what it is though. Bad. Kids, buckle your seatbelts. Adults, too. This is the Na. The accelerating coevolution of nature, humanity, and AI. The Na. The Na is a feature of our home. Whether our home is your house, it's Earth, it's your culture, it's your spirituality, it is your history, it is the planet. Whatever our house, whatever our home is, the Na is there. That is the context in which we are. To navigate the Na, this accelerating coevolution of nature, humanity, and AI, we will require an evaluative evolution. We must learn what an evaluative evolution is. To learn, we must train. These are some training grounds. We must train. It will take work. It will be hard work. The garden is our training ground for an evaluative evolution in the Na. I'm Matt Keene. Thanks for visiting Creating a Future We Want, the Evaluative Evolution series.